The wind howled over the desolate plains like a wounded beast. Dust spun across the dying light of the evening, and the silhouette of a man stood alone beside the corral, hat low, hands trembling slightly on the worn leather of his gloves. His name was Cole Vance, the last rancher left standing after the drought and the debts took everything else. The sign outside once read, Vance and Sons Cattle Company, but now it leaned sideways, half buried in dust. His brothers were gone, his father buried under the same sun that had scorched the land to nothing. Cole stared at the mare tied to the post, her ribs showing, her eyes dull with exhaustion. She was the last of his herd. Behind him, a wagon creaked to a halt. Two men jumped down, wearing black coats despite the heat. The taller one, Marshal Rayburn, tipped his hat. "You sure about this, Cole?" Cole didn't answer. His jaw flexed once. "You brought the papers?" Rayburn nodded, pulling a folded deed from his pocket. The other man, younger, nervous, looked around like he expected ghosts to rise from the dust. Maybe he wasn't wrong. Cole took a slow breath. "Let's get this over with." Rayburn hesitated. "Wait, we're taking it off." The rancher gave a single nod. His throat worked hard before he spoke. "Yeah, the brand. Every head left. Every mark that ties me to this land." For a moment, no one moved. The wind carried only the sound of a loose shutter slapping against the barn wall. Then Rayburn swallowed and motioned for the younger man to start. They fetched the iron from the wagon, glowing red from the portable forge, and pressed it against the mare's flank. The sound tore through the stillness, a hiss, a shriek, and Cole's hand gripped the fence until his knuckles went white. When the mark was gone, when the skin sizzled and the old brand turned to scarred flesh, Cole finally looked away. His shoulders dropped. It was done. Every trace of his father's legacy burned off. Rayburn turned toward him. "You didn't have to do this, Cole. You could have sold what's left. Started over." The rancher's eyes were hollow, like he'd already been emptied out long before tonight. "Started over where, Marshal?" "There ain't a place left that ain't touched by what I lost." Rayburn didn't answer. He just nodded once, quietly folding the papers back into his coat. Cole stepped forward, unhooked the mare's rope, and led her to the open gate. The horizon stretched out before him, wide, empty, merciless. The same as the day his father gave him his first brand. The same as it would be when the last embers of this land finally cooled. He gave the mare a light pat and whispered, "Go on, girl. You're free now." Then he turned, staring at the glowing iron cooling in the dirt. His chest heaved once, twice, and when he finally sank to his knees in the dust, the strength that had held him up all those years, the stubbornness, the pride, the fury, drained out of him completely.